Hey folks, Automatic here. Hoping this stream and this upcoming flight find you well. I am doing good. We're taking a little hop from San Francisco to Phoenix, Arizona. Got an in-flight movie and lots of bloviating for you. So stick around if that's what you're into. Yeah, something will be happening here shortly. Keep your panties on. Is that the phrase? Again, it doesn't, I put in what time we're going to start the flight, which I was going to put us at the gate at about 6, maybe a little after 6. I said it for 6. And, well, it looks a lot later than 6, so we'll fix that. First and foremost, there's a little worry about San Francisco International. Last time we were here, we found some uneven tarmac. We found it both here and in Salt Lake City, and what that'll do is it'll go ahead and kill your plane for you. So that's a lot of fun. That's something we're looking forward to. Anyway, so somewhere a little after 6, yeah? PM is what we're thinking. And by we, I mean myself and the half dozen or so little leprechauns that live inside my cranium. There's 7 of them. One for each deadly sin. 605, 606, fine, whatever. Alright. Let's see what we wants to do first. We might as well get that external power going.
San Francisco ground United 614 IFR to Sky Harbor, ready to copy.
United 614 is cleared to Sky Harbor Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 right climb and maintain 8.
We ain't ready to take off yet. Slow down,
frequency
sister.
is 135.1 squawk 0063.
United 614 cleared to Sky Harbor Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 28 right climb and maintain 8,000 feet.
Sky Harbor International.
1 squawk
There in
0063.
There in Phoenix.
614 read back correct.
Personally, I've never been,
Contact
so
ground on 121.8. Good day.
so it's going to be a hour or so of discovery. Straight up, 100% pure, unadulterated discovery. Beezer, how you doing? You only have 7 leprechauns, man. Good life. I mean, yeah. Depends, Depends on how many leprechauns you'd prefer. They're all male, which is dangerous. Of course, I've never heard of a female leprechaun, but it's 2023. They'll come up with one. They'll make a leprechaun every. Oh, got a little bit of that going on. That'll not be fun. I've always, I've always said that if this stream becomes too pixelated or whatnot, I'm liable to kill it. So, fingers crossed that that's not going to be the case. At least mine are, which makes it difficult to play with controller. But these are the lengths I will go to. Okay. Oh, I've got that on. I don't really want that on. That being the little button cheat. I think I was using that because of the Ford Trimotor, which is like a 1930s plane. Everything's so basic and unlabeled that I had to turn that on. Let's go ahead and turn it off. And sometimes I have to turn it on to fix some stuff, which is kind of interesting, but I don't think we need to necessarily discuss that unless we encounter it. Okay, there we go. Let's turn on the master switch. You know, the way I go about stumbling through this would probably make a real-life aviator or even a full-time simmer, part-time simmer, whatever, cringe. There's a little bit of trial and error, which isn't what you would want from a real pilot. So let's see, let's get all these pumps on. Now we're pumping. Yeah, I can feel it in my loins. The co-pilot. It's the invisible co-pilot there for you. Looks like we have a door open. As we should, I guess. I did extend the jetway. Okay. That is not a concern. This is the one that I always find to be a little tricky. Okay, we've got that. It's on. Will it flip off? Or is it going to stay on? Yeah, so far it's staying on.
United 930, hold position caution, the departing generic. San Francisco
Nope,
Ground
not that
Air
one
Canada,
yet. What am I doing?
76 taxi to the gate. Air Canada
Got a big
76
red one.
taxi to
Will that
gate
go
Echo
to
5
2?
using taxiway Delta Alpha.
No,
Hold
nothing's
position,
changing
United
there.
930.
What do we got?
Taxiing to gate Echo 5 using taxiway Delta Alpha Air Canada 763.
Start the APU bleed? Is that what I'm missing? Nope, that kind of killed it. Oh, I need to go back and refresh on the order of these things. But that's on. Here we go. That's what I was looking for.
United 930, continue taxi.
Oh, pixelization. Looks good to me. Nice. I fly over Bill Gates' house. Well, at the risk of incoming flack, maybe. Where does he live? Does he live in Phoenix?
Southwest tree 412, hold position.
Wow.
Caution, the generic on final.
We're getting the pixels quite a bit. It ain't good.
Hold position,
I can tell you
Southwest
that.
tree 412.
Why did that slow down? Maybe I shouldn't have flipped that back to normal mode. Yeah, that was it. Okay. I wonder if I ever do. Hey, Laszlo, how you doing? Says the in-flight movie better not be AIDS. It's Rent. We're gonna play Rent, the musical. No, it's terror at 37,000 feet. There's no choice or vote for the movie this time. Hell, last time only one person showed preference, so I don't think the voter base is going to be upset. But it's terror at 37,000 feet, which does not sound like a movie that you would want to, if we see a movie at all, because these pixels might kill it for me. They truly might. I wonder if we've got enough fuel. You know what? Let's bring that fuel truck out anyways.
San Francisco ground to United 614, could you please send a fuel truck?
United 614 fuel truck is on the road.
Oof. I do apologize about these pictures. Part of it might be San Francisco. Although, I didn't have these problems in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and that's a bigger airport.
Exit at tree 89er, hold position, caution other traffic.
Did you watch Girl Most Likely to Eat Your Face last time? Girl Most Likely too. That was a weird one.
Roger, exit at tree.
And granted, it was an abridged movie. Like, the whole thing is probably an hour and 20 minutes. We saw the 20-minute version, but yeah, that's So it was written and directed, I believe, by Joan Rivers, and boy, you can see her comedy in there. This is a little bit of a homicidal streak that I was unaware of, but I definitely got the sense that this was her comedy. Let's look at the flight plan. See that we'll bank to the right as soon as we lift off. Last time I voted, we watched Bo Dangler Apocalypse. I was afraid to vote after that. What was the first movie we played on? And this was what was it? It's like Billy Joe and the Outlaws or something. What the fuck is that? I think that's part of the jetway. Okay. That's a glitch, and there's more pixels. Well, if this persists, I'm going to put her down the hard way. It'll be all pixelated, so it won't be exciting. Let's see, we're going to be at 23,000 feet. Ultimately, so we're just gonna do that. We're just gonna go rather than do it step by step, according to ATC. Of course, I don't forget that when we were coming into land, we were 100 feet above the tarmac, and ATC said go around, and I said no and landed anyways. Anyway, I kind of said out loud at that time, I was like, you don't, 100 feet above, like, I'm ready to cut the engines. No, it's not happening. I don't see a plane on the runway. I mean, there was cross traffic waiting, but I went back and looked at that last part, and that really was 100 feet above. I think that's kind of insane. Billy Bob Hangler and the Mustache Rebellion classic. It is. It really is. Maybe one of his best. Alright. Let's see. How about that fuel truck? Is that still happening? Did that happen? Did we miss it? No, that's a good amount of fuel. I think we're fine on that one. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and request pushback here in a second.
United 954, continue taxi.
And again, I just kind of hope we don't run into
San Francisco ground, United
land.
614 requesting pushback.
United 614 pushback request accepted.
And I think we want to steer back to the right.
Roger, United 954.
Hold up, did they not get that?
San Francisco ground, United 614 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
United 614, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Fantastic. Have you ever seen Annihilation Auto? No, I haven't, actually. Good movie. The action? That's what I get from Annihilation, but who knows? Maybe it's comedy.
San Francisco ground, United 614 requesting the end of pushback.
United 614 request to end pushback received.
San
Thanks,
Francisco
buddy.
ground, United 614 with whiskey ready to taxi IFR.
United 614 taxi to and halt short of runway 28 right via taxiway Alpha Echo, cross runway 28 left Echo, cross runway 10 left Echo, Charlie
Oh,
cross
man.
runway 19 right, Charlie cross runway 19 left Charlie. Contact tower on 120.
Same as when we landed. They're going to send us all around. We're going to have to clip through this plane
Taxi
to get
to and
out
hold
of here.
short runway
Wow.
28 right via taxiway Alpha Echo cross runway 28 left Echo cross runway 10 left Echo, Charlie cross runway 19 right, Charlie cross runway 19 left Charlie,
Yep.
United 614.
Yep. Yeah, that all sounds right. That was a lot. It was a lot. All right. Passengers have their seatbelts light on. Let's do this.
Welcome aboard. By now you've stowed your carry-on baggage in the
Welcome
overhead
aboard.
bin or under the seat in front of you. In preparation for takeoff, please put your seat back upright, stow your headrest, and lock your tray table in place. Also, you'll need to fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. Insert the metal fitting into the buckle and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release the seatbelt, just lift the buckle. When the
That's
seatbelt
all.
sign is on, please be seated with your seatbelt fastened. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. If it is needed, an oxygen mask will drop from the compartment above your seat. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Cover your nose and mouth with the mask and slip the elastic band over your head, tightening the straps if necessary. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. Secure your mask before helping others. Please look around and locate the two exits nearest your seat. In some cases,
Do
your
it.
nearest exit may be behind you. In the event of an evacuation, leave your carry-on bags behind and proceed to the exit. Pathway lighting on the seats will guide you to the exits. Open the exit door by moving the large handle upward
position,
or by
United
removing the
614.
cover and pulling down on the marked handle.
Roger that. Holding position.
An evacuation slide will automatically inflate.
Oh.
Jump onto the slide with your legs straight in front of you. When you reach the ground, move.
No. No, hold on now. We are frozen. That's me hitting buttons that aren't doing anything. So, Beezer, I want to extend my appreciation that you chose to join me for this ridiculously short flight. Right? I mean, I don't want to set up the flight plan again. Drive. We drove and we watched part of a video. Just channeling her natural inner woman playing mantis mating decapitation ritual. Yeah, right? I don't know why I didn't see that one earlier. It surprised me. I was stunned to realize somebody made a good movie. Oh, is it a new movie? It's an alien contact movie. But the alien affects Earth in ways we can't understand. Truly bizarre, based on a trilogy of books. Huh. Man, so that... If I tell you, you get something ready, you put your mind to it, and it don't happen. And, yeah, I don't know. The question is, do I give it one more go? I can always start at the end of the runway and just take off. I don't think it'll save my flight plan, so I would have to do that again. Yeah, there, and of course I risk running into the same issues. I am on the Xbox. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see if we can get this started again. But truly, if not, no worries. Yeah, like Beezer said, no worries on my end either. Just the mild disappointment of not spending the next couple hours doing what I intended to do. That said, last night I tried out Railway Empire 2. I played a lot of Railway Empire 1. And man, it was the same damn game. Maybe even a little more lacking than its predecessor. There's got to be more to it, but as best I could tell, what happened? Hold on here. Okay, well, at least the game's loading up again. Certainly not the presentation that I go for, you know. So what we're going to talk about, I mentioned it in Discord. We're going to talk about the SCOTUS decision, the latest fashions of 2023, and we'll meet a cute furry friend in in-flight movie. I don't know if any of that's happening at this point. But we will give it one more honest go. I'll try to set up this flight plan as efficiently and quickly as possible. I guess I won't have to deal with departure, because hell, I'm just going to put us on the runway. In fact, when I was flying the Beechcraft, that's almost exclusively what I did. In fact, no, almost about it. It was exclusively. You don't say almost exclusively. That's what I did. Just because there were, the extra steps of getting a prop plane together, which, compared to an Airbus, I guess, probably possibly maybe more straightforward, but certainly with the Airbus, we skip a hell of a lot of steps. Sometimes we skip the whole taxi, although had we naturally taxied to our position, albeit at San Francisco International, we may have been in the air already. Let's see. We were going from San Francisco International, and no gate, just the airport. That'll put us on the tarmac anyways. Where were we going? Sky Harbor. Says rifle. It's pointless, but we set the time. Although it really is. It resets it as soon as we start the game. Look, there's some behind the scenes of what we have to deal with. In fact, we can depart at 6:30 now. We'll put us on schedule. But again, that's kind of pointless, superfluous. It's gonna reset that shit. Let's put our flight ceiling. It was at 23,000. 23,000, not 230,000. Good luck with that. Let's see. Our descent begins at descent, which is not technically a waypoint anyways. Oh, you know, none of that matters because we haven't... God, this is why I like to skip this step. You know, just start the stream without having to deal with this, this crap. I almost said shit. Alright. And now that I'm trying to race through it, I feel like I'm gonna miss something, but that's alright. It'll be a near miss. Which, yes, I think George Carlin pointed out that's technically a hit. We nearly missed him. Approach. I don't know what I had it set to. You know, I think that looks fine. I want the bigger runway, which is going to be this northern one. 26. So let's find that ILS 26. Don't really want to come in from the east if we can help it. Game's like, well, you're coming in from... Seriously? You're just not going to let me? Hey, there you go. I see. Yeah, because just everything's going that direction. Look at me breaking the twin. Breaking the twin. That's all. I don't know what's up with this little dog leg. I'm going to give the passengers some mild excitement there. You won't need ED medicine for that. Because you are going to be excited in 2 hours. Actually, you'll be asleep in 2 hours. I'll still be doing this shit. I want to say that's it. I want to say we're in good shape. I almost mistakenly said we're in good hands. We're not. Let's see. Take your time, no worries either way, appreciate it. Flying Unicycle, how are you? Peanuts, please. Yeah, I'm fresh out of peanuts. See, with the peanut allergies and... JDM, how are you? Good to see you. He says, would you please explain bush trips? Yeah, well, it's good to get some libation before you start a bush trip. Honestly, it's good to get libation for all parties involved. But you don't want your skill to suffer. So, you know, everything in moderation. You want to bring a machete just in case. Just in case. It could be a veritable jungle down there. So, full disclosure, it already crashed once. I don't mean the plane, but the game. If it does that again, 2 strikes, I'm out. I'm done.
San Francisco Tower, United 614 at runway 28 right, ready for departure IFR.
We're not
Sky
flying
Harbor.
this late at night. Our departure
United
is supposed to be
614,
6:30.
6:30
6:30 p.m. in San Francisco.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 right.
Cleared for takeoff runway
Rob, how
28
you
right,
doing?
United
Mr.
614.
RP Games. The only excitement I want in my flight is topless stewardesses, he says. I'll vouch for that. Well, our stewards will go topless. Does that work? Probably not. So we're still getting the pixelization. You know, sometimes that's just that the airport is too busy. Other times it's honestly just the internet not cooperating. Which, I don't know. It's because it's a little bit intense, this. You know, I could put in Sea of Thieves and play it fine. Or any game like that where I'm not. Anyhow. But Flight Sim, not so much. Well, there we go. We got it lined up. Sorry about that little intermission. I'm not going to play the safety video again. I know we didn't get all the way through it, but we're all going to die anyways. Ain't no reason to waste your few remaining moments with a safety video. It'd make turbulence fun. Jiggle, jiggle. I don't know, this is something we need to take into consideration. Altimeter 29.90.
San Francisco Tower FX 1820, ready for departure runway 28 left IFR to Los
So
Angeles.
we do want to change that.
AVX 1820, altimeter 29.90, wind 297.
Honestly, we can just fly out of this
Caution the Airbus taking off
pixel
runway
hell
28 right.
that they're giving us.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left.
I think we're good. We do want to make it earlier, though. Like I said, departure time of 6:30.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left.
And the lake, as you can see, I set the time before we even started, but it's like, nah, we prefer a different time, the game says. Come on now. All right. Make sure our flaps aren't Jesus. Yeah, we're gonna potentially run into problems again, but let's just get up, get this plane in the air, you know, damn it. Let's see. Anything else we need to do? You know, I will say, good evening, passengers. This is your captain speaking on behalf of United Airlines. I'd like to welcome aboard Flight 614, operating between San Francisco, California, and Phoenix, Arizona. Distance of 606 nautical miles. Estimated flight time of 1 hour and 19 minutes, unless we crash. Should put us in Phoenix around 8:49 p.m. game time. Current weather around San Francisco is partly cloudy, 54 degrees, with a 14-mile-per-hour wind out of the west and a hell of a lot of pixelization. Other than that, we're anticipating a pleasant evening flight and expect fair weather throughout. On behalf of myself and the entire Fake Flight crew, I'd like to thank you for choosing United for your #1 source in abysmally amateur aviation. Thank you, and also enjoy your flight. Let's do it. Now, if there's any problems with the runway, like there was when we... Actually, it was with the taxiways, wasn't it? Suffice to say, if this thing blows up on the runway, because of things beyond our control, I'm gonna write a sternly written letter.
Going to 121.8 Alaska 1070.
Or 140. 160. Flex. Let's bring our flaps back.
United 614, contact NorCal departure on
Landing gear
120
up.
Going to 120.9er, United 614. NorCal departure United 614 is at 1,200 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
United 614,
Okay.
NorCal departure altimeter.
Oh, we never did set this. Let's do that now.
Continue to Vinco as planned.
23. And let's begin our bank. There's your partly cloudy San Francisco. See, I kind of wondered if it was there. No, we're still getting bit civilization. I was hoping it was the airport and just the traffic in there that was kind of overloading things. But we ain't done with it yet, apparently. Plaz, good to see you. How are you? Says, good evening, Captain Otto. Hoping this flight gets off the ground. And man, I was too. Thought for sure it wasn't happening. We need a regular compass at this point. No, we don't. We can use this. Jeez. Again, just hoping that shit works itself out. Yeah, this is not good. I'm gonna throttle back to climb. Puts us sort of on course. Let's go ahead and activate our autopilot. We've got auto thrust on.
United 614, contact Oakland Center.
Shit, I didn't mean to redo that.
475. Good day.
Going to 119er decimal for 75 United 614. Oakland Center United 614 is passing 8,200 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
We'll climb at a rate of, I don't know, 1,600, 1,700. God, even those numbers were getting all messed up. Shit.
Southwest 448 climb and maintain flight level 190.
I'm gonna bank a little bit to... No, we're not. We're on a good course.
Climb
Just
and
haven't
maintain
lined it
flight
up yet,
level
exactly.
190 Southwest 448.
Well, at least we didn't hit a
Southwest
speed bump in San
448,
Francisco.
Contact Oakland Center on 127.45.
It has been known to
Good
happen.
day.
Welcome to the Mile High Club. We actually made it over a mile high. And we're flying. It's kind of
127.45.
unanticipated, I would say. What part isn't cloudy? No doubt. I mean, it looks better from up here, but... But yeah, San Francisco proper, or, well, not proper. What people think of anyways, right? Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge, the Alcatraz, downtown. Looks pretty damn cloudy. Pretty cloudy. California would indeed find a way to put speed bumps in the air. What's crazy is they put them on the taxiways too, and the tarmac. The frickin' runway had well, no, that was Salt Lake City though. The runway had a speed bump on it, so to speak. Just a glitch in the game or something where ground level suddenly went up like 5 feet. And you're lucky if you're going to drop 5 feet. Really unlucky if you're hitting like a 5-foot wall, you know. Not good. Let's see, we have a positive rate of climb. Speed's 320 knots. And again, we're on auto thrust.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 28 left approach by a phase transition. Cleared to phase. United 614 climb and maintain.
So again, the in-flight movie tonight is Terror at 37,000 feet. I believe it has a young William Shatner in it.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 United 614.
Skywest Tree 105, descend and
See,
maintain
they're telling us to go to 21,000 feet. We've got it set for 23. By the time we hit 21, she's going to tell us to go to 23.
Skywest 5557 climb and maintain flight level 180. Keep speed not above 280 knots. United 587 descend and maintain 12,000
Suburbs down there. A little bit of wine country ahead of us.
Climb and maintain
A lot of
flight level
pixels.
180.
I'm telling you,
Keep
we're not
speed
going to
above
survive this.
280 knots. Skywest 5557.
That's insane. I'm really not used to seeing that much pixelization in this game. So again, apologies.
Good day.
Just a hell of a good start.
Skywest 5557. Contact Oakland Center on 127.45. Good day.
127.45.
Those aren't
for
speed
United
bumps on the
614.
taxiway, Otto. It's the Harrison Ford landing
United
arrestor.
614 is at 14,900 feet, climbing flight
Yeah, he
level
did land.
210.
He's had some in-flight adventures, hasn't he? He landed on a golf course. He landed on a taxiway instead of a runway. And he's pretty, like, I mean, he'll talk about it, but at least in the radio transmissions. He didn't have much to say. Of course, that's not the time for it. It's a phone call afterwards, but
Report them in sight.
he had remarkably little to say.
Oakland Center, United 587 is at 12,800 feet, climbing flight level 180. United 587 Oakland Center altimeter 29.89.
It's
Continue
a little
as
late for
planned.
seatbelts, but put them on.
Southwest Tree 564 climb and maintain
People in the back
flight
are
level
like, why all the
270.
pixels? Whoa, some choppy air there. There's those Californian speed bumps.
Climb and maintain flight level 270 Southwest.
That's where we're
3564.
headed. The moon. That's how much I love you. To the moon and back.
Southwest Tree 564 traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles and 17,600 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Leaving that accursed city behind us. Sea lions and all.
Southwest Tree 564 have a generic in
They
sight.
do have some sea lions there. Some big old mothers.
Southwest
Go down to
448 have a traffic.
the piers and all you hear is arr, 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 arr.
587 contact NorCal.
You hear that from the locals too,
133.905.
if you listen to them long enough. It's our
Going to
altitude.
133.905.
We're getting there.
United
We're getting
587.
there. Spaceball speed bumps.
Southwest 448
Rob says,
climb
what
and
can you
maintain
say?
flight level
150 foot wide runway, 75 foot
Oakland
wide
Center, United
taxiway.
587 is
Pick,
passing
pick what you
11,400
should be
feet,
landing on.
descending 3,000 feet.
You know, whatever
United
compliments your
587
journey
Oakland Center
is really
altimeter
what it boils down to.
29.88. Continue to
We're all on a
VRC
journey.
as
Just
planned.
do what's best for you.
United United 587 contact NorCal approach on 133.905.
When you used to fly in a vertical lift type deal, like the
Climb
old
and
Millennium
maintain flight
Falcon
level
with your
250
cute furry
Southwest
friend, there we go, we worked them in. I can see where you think the world is your runway.
Descend and maintain flight level 200.
Alright, we're at 20,000. I think she still wants us at 21, but we're just going to ignore and go to 23. I suppose we can start turning off our landing lights and all that business.
SkyWest 5557, contact NorCal approach on 128.325. Good day. United 614 climb and maintain flight level 230.
I knew it.
Climb
Just
and
cleared
maintain
us
flight
for
level
23.
230 United 614.
See, I told you, invisible co-pilot. He's like, you didn't tell me shit.
For SkyWest 5557. Climb and maintain flight level
South.
200. Keep speed not above 280 knots.
South County?
6 Charlie Mike.
South Co of Santa Clara County. I mean, I know it's Santa Clara County because of... See, we actually are going to talk about a SCOTUS decision. Because Santa Clara County versus Southern Pacific Railroad, I believe. It's like a 1880s or 90s case. That's when they pretty much decided that a corporation is a person in the eyes of the law, can be treated as such. I know a few years ago, God, probably a decade ago, that came up in politics. People were outraged that a corporation, I can't even remember which one at this point, was being treated like a like an individual. And I don't know, at the time it's just funny. People get so fucking partisan. Go with whatever history they'd like, but yeah, Santa Clara County versus Southern Pacific. That's where that was established. And at the time, I could tell anybody I wanted. Nobody fucking gave a shit. They just wanted to listen to whatever the night the news was telling them as opposed to just looking it up. So next time you see a corporation, I want you to treat them like a person, you know? Send them a little something on their birthday. You know what I'm saying? If they're in troubled times, can send them a get well card. Everybody likes that. By everybody, I mean corporations too. No, I don't know. You know, right or wrong, I'm just saying that's what they decide. I'm not sitting there saying like, yes, corporation is a person. I always knew it. Nope. It's all jargon to me. I just like to be clear about what they're saying. There's Los Banos Municipal Airport. I wonder if that could take us. Because we're a big boy. Alright, we are at our cruising altitude. Ladies and gentlemen, now light your cigarettes and take off your seatbelts. The safety video tells you not to light said cigarettes, but we didn't get to see the whole safety video, remember?
Southwest 4376, contact Oakland Center on 121.25. Good day.
I remember reading a book, this is Beezer, by Ken Kesey. He describes sea lions for maybe 45 pages as the most absolutely abhorrent creatures you could possibly encounter, especially in mating season. With my brief window of time with sea lions, not like living among them, I don't want you to have the wrong impression that I was being, I found myself in a sea lion pack, tribe, herd, school. I didn't, but they were kind of repulsive. I didn't look at them and think, oh, beautiful. I just thought, like, Christ, what is that noise? And then seeing them all out there, it's just like, they're huge, they're ugly, they're loud as hell. And it might have been mating season, I don't know.
Southwest 2350 descend and maintain 14,000 feet.
Rob says, small plane, I must use the small runway with all the parked planes.
Southwest 49er
See,
87,
that shows a
contact
certain
Oakland
deference to
Center
bigger
on
planes.
126.9er.
I think it's commendable in a
Good
way,
day.
in a sick, backward way. Don't get too cocky, kid.
Descend and
That's
maintain
probably what he told
14,000
himself.
feet
I
southwest
don't know.
2350. United 614, contact Oakland Center on
Sea lions are true beasts of
126.9er.
hell.
Good day.
RP says, that's okay. Seals and sea
126
lions get
decimal
theirs from
United
polar bears and
614.
brown bears.
Southwest 448, contact Oakland Center on 126.9er.
The black bears are like, I ain't fucking with that. I like
Good
berries.
day.
Is this an international flight? It is not. It is not. It's domestic. We've only been, well, no, I guess our first leg was, well, our first leg was in a different plane, so never mind. Initially, I just wanted to fly from the East Coast. I chose Halifax, St. John's. So there's where we're getting a little bit of international, you know. I want to say we went from there to Boston on the first leg, but I may be mistaken. But a lot of that was the early flights were on aboard a Beechcraft. Now we've kicked it up a notch.
123 decimal 8 for United 614.
We are now flying the Friendship,
Oakland Center,
and have
United
been for a little
614,
bit.
flight level 230.
Hey Zero, how are you? He says, hello Otto. We'll be watching you in background while playing Star Trek Online, I presume. These are the voyages of the... Hey, speaking of which, there's a little bit of a William Shatner thing. You know, he's in tonight's in-flight movie. And, you know, he's captain of the Enterprise at one point. Beezer says, no, Otto, those sea lions want you to come down in the water and get some. Don't let their Chewbacca shells fool you. Yeah, that is one takeaway, is I thought, like, I would not want to be in that water. I mean, not just because, you know, it's almost like seals and sharks. Where there's seals, there's probably great whites. Sorry, our number one stewardess just left. She went out the side door. Yeah, but I thought, like, okay, so if that's true, if you're in Cape Cod and you see a bunch of seals on the beach, you know, not a great place to get in the water. Not because the seals will hurt you, because truly, where there's seals, there's very likely white sharks, you know. And in my imagination, sea lions must be hunted by something else, some kind of, maybe orcas, because you know orcas have declared war on humanity, and God knows what their next move will be. You know, they're not, orcas are they're tough people to reason with, if we want to call them people. I don't think we do, but I did. Because in an orca's world, everything's rigid, everything's black and white. Huh? And a little bit of pink. Dovetailing back into those bush trips. I just checked to see if YouTube has a Chewbacca emoji. They do not. Oh, damn it. They do need one. I'm inclined to agree. So, I mean, this situation with the pixels, it's manageable. It's like, you know, right now I'm able to see everything. Knock on wood. Yeah, and we're well underway. Let's have our passenger occupy this seat right between these two guys. These are bros. Bros for life. This pixel thing is gonna kill me. I'm saying it so much. You can clip this and give it to Pixel Gamer Girl. Be like, hey, Otto was talking about you all stream. He said you're gonna kill him. He said he doesn't know if he can handle this pixel business. Right, guys? Right, bros? Hey, we're all bros. Hey! We're the bros. We're going to Phoenix. Do some bro stuff. Love Vikings, by the way. Having a bro venture. It's going to be bro-tastic. Rob says, damn it, Sheriff, keep the beach open. Don't let these sharks keep people out of the water. It's the 4th of July weekend. Roy Schneider, lifeguard. For a second, I thought it was going to be Rob Schneider, lifeguard. Because, dude, there was a while there where, dude, like, it was Rob Schneider everything. Remember? Remember when he was all over the place? No. I don't know why I channeled a little bit of Norm Macdonald there. Remember? Remember when he was all over the place? Everybody was talking about him? Yeah, I always thought he was kind of gay. Yeah, watch out for that guy. Oh, Norm. He was one of the best. There's Fresno. All right, we've made it to cruising altitude. We'll have the in-flight movie here very shortly, next 10 minutes for sure. Before that begins, because I think we have a turn coming up there at Waypoint Army with 2 R's. I like to have a steady course when we do the in-flight movie. Yeah, we'll be at this altitude for quite some time. Rob Schneider and Roy Schneider, both actors, hardly interchangeable. Roy Schneider, so I would recognize Roy Schneider. I know. They are. The one dude's just looking out the window, just talking. Ruminating, I guess, right? I mean, the other guy's leaning toward the aisle. Maybe he's talking to Mr. Viking across the aisle. I don't know, but it did look like he was just talking to himself. All right. Yeah. Co-pilot, jeez. I'm gonna poop out some of this pixel pus. Pus. Not puss, pus. Pooping out pus. God, why? There we go. That's a good image to leave you with while I step away for a second. No, hell, what am I doing? Let's go back to the bros. Alright, be right back. Let's look up Roy Schneider. I know I'll recognize him. Oh, Derperdoo. Yep. Hardly interchangeable is right. That would be accurate. I have a hard time picturing Rob Schneider in that role in Jaws. Yeah, look at his wrist. You're right. Beezer says, I don't know. I've surfed with sharks, crocodiles, been drowned a couple times, pinned to a sandbar, drifted into jellyfish tribes. Is that what they call them? Or are you just having fun with it? Got tore up on jetties, chased by lifeguards on four-wheelers for not obeying. Were they screaming obey as they chased you? Obey? The ocean is dangerous and I love it. But yeah, there. RP says, that guy was gesturing so hard, his wrist is surely broken or made of flubber. I mean, for a little bit there, it looked like... Look, right there. What is going on, man? He had that wrist reduction surgery. He was always self-conscious. My bro, he was always self-conscious about his wrist. I mean, now he'll fist you and it'll get stuck in there, though. What? Huh? Peanuts? What do we have here? Porterville Municipal. I wonder if we're still over Cali. I think we are. I'll find out for sure. Then we'll begin our in-flight movie. Again, the movie is Terror at 37,000 feet. Luckily for our passengers, we're not at 37,000 feet, so we won't experience this mysterious terror that is at that flight level. Before then, let's figure out where Porterville is. Let me get porterhouses there.
Going to 127.1 United 614. Los Angeles Center United 614.
Well, wouldn't you know it? It's in Porterville, California. We're still in Cali. We're not that fast. In fact, what's auto thrust got us at? We're going pretty fast, okay? We'll stick with it. It's not selling us short, anyways. There's Sequoia Ranch. Sequoia sounds familiar. Roy is from Jaws and Bleed. Yeah, I got it now. Yeah. I just had to see his picture. Yeah. Blue Thunder. Yeah. Blue Thunder is a totally different movie with Rob Schneider. But what I laughed at earlier is, what if the terror descends to our flight level? Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. That's a problem. Damn it, I missed my flight again. Water Draco, how are you? Well, I don't know how you just got aboard, but you're aboard now. And in rather amateur hands. Makes it sound like I'm handling you. That's not. We don't want that. I always thought that was kind of, I don't know, kind of gay. Alright, time for the in-flight. Let's see where we are on our course. Not bad. There's part of me that wants to wait till I get to Army. Waypoint Army. I don't intend to enlist. They wouldn't know what to do with me. Probably just chop me up and use me for chum. Even the Army. No, you would think that would just be the Navy that would do that, but... Oh, just about anybody can chum water. It was an in-flight boarding. Another happy customer brought to you by the SAS. Are we watching a hippie stealing a Mustang again? Oh, you were around for Billy... Was it Billy Joe and the Outlaws? I think was the first movie. Billy Joe and the Outlaws. Starring, God, what's her name? Wonder Woman. It's hard to believe that was the woman that played Wonder Woman, but... Because, like, what a weird role, and how crazy violent she got. But my favorite part of that movie was the sheriff. I just loved how, like, on multiple instances, like, he crashes his car and he's like, holy shit! And then later on, when he sees some bank they robbed or something, he's like, holy shit, Leroy! Holy shit! That would be interesting with the title terror at 37,000 feet. Linda Carter, yep, that's who it was. It's almost like the last movie, The Girl Most Likely To. What was the guy's name? Bull or Moose? Moose. The character Moose, who was the football guy. He's like, when he's fallen to his death, he was like, but I was first round draft pick. I can't die kind of thing. That guy was played by, I don't know who the actor was, but John from Chips, Punch and John. That was John. And it was kind of weird to see him in such a moronic role and in such a, I don't know, such a film. And Ed Asner's role in that film, The Girl Most Likely To, was just bizarre. I mean, it was funny, don't get me wrong. In fact, considering it was written by Joan Rivers, I almost think Asner probably added his own, I don't know if it'd be ad-libs or rewrites or whatever, but his stuff actually made me laugh in that. Otherwise, man, just terrible movie. Larry Wilcox, that's the guy. Yeah. 7 Mary 3. That was his... See, I remember his code. Well, it helps that was a band, too. Why they named themselves after Larry Wilcox's handle on Chips, I don't know, but he was 7 Mary 3. That means like 7th precinct, Mary meaning motor officer, and 3 being his, I guess, his bike number, or him personally, I don't know. But works out some way like that. But yeah, it was a young Larry Wilcox who Otto just loves it whenever someone in a movie says, "Holy shit!" I do. Water Draco says, "Our days we got Wonder Woman, now kids wonder if there'll be a woman." Oh my. Oh my. It's a crazy state of dysphoria we're in. It's, I don't think the Supreme Court's going to weigh in on that one. Although I gotta wonder, under what context and when. Yeah, maybe they will. That would be the question, like, under what context would they tackle issues like that? Boy, I tell you, it's... there's a lot, like, you know, when it comes to overturning Roe versus Wade, or the Bruin decision, like, I have opinions. I have my opinions. I would think a different platform I would express them, but with affirmative action, I'm not, I don't even care. I'm just going to say it, like, you're trying to fight racism, aren't you? Institutional racism, is that the agenda there? And gee, let's see. Let's make it so Asians have to score 12. They have to score. They have to score what? 1,200. How about if you're white, you gotta score 1,000? How about if you're black, you gotta score 800? I'm sorry, this is designed to fight racism? This is what we're looking for in a colorblind society? Are you fucking kidding me? Why do I feel like a lot of these issues? Oh hell, I'll bite my tongue either way. But the Supreme Court they can read. I don't know. And then the president says this is not a normal Supreme Court. Well, sir, you are not a normal executive officer either. You're quite the contrary. Hey, there's China Lake
United
Niles.
614. Los Angeles Center, United 614 flight level.
Yeah, I never understood affirmative action. Never got it. Never got it. I mean, if the point was to bring people poverty-stricken people into the university scene, I would think that many pieces of evidence suggest that that's not exactly what occurred. It was more like middle class got to take advantage of it more than anything, right? Like, and if we're talking about like class as determined by wealth, and we tend to conflate that with class determined by race, which the whole class determined by race thing disgusts me. I mean, that's just a weird scope to view things through, and I think it's innately racist in its own right. So I don't know. That's my take. Not wrong, water. I think they finally pushed too far. Who cares? Let's watch Real Wonder Woman and Mustangs. Well, that's not the movie tonight. The movie is Terror at 30,000 feet. RP says, I think both Wonder Womans were pretty damn hot. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I know there were more than 2, but they were the only 2 that count. Diz, how you doing? He says, well, if it isn't Otto, as if we're old enemies or something. Like, you're Newman. I'm like, well, if it isn't Diz. Welcome aboard, Diz. Good to see you. RP says Harvard was admitting Asians 12%, white 13%, Hispanic 30%, and blacks at over 50%. That's not even close to societal representation. Yeah, agreed. Again, I think it's just ass backwards behavior. Doesn't surprise me. But I've heard reasonable minds gripe about affirmative action to my recollection, as early as the 80s. I remember listening to folks talk about how kind of screwed up that formula was. So it's one of those things that I've always felt this way about it. I always felt that if your agenda is to bring people on that are below the poverty level, if your agenda is to introduce them to higher learning opportunities, then I don't know if this is the best way to go about it. Because this is, so much for judging people by the content of their character, or honestly, just by their aptitude. Like, I really wish, frankly, I don't like when, and I know there are statistics, there are, what would the word be? The title, statisticians? No, people that basically focus on statistics or statistical analysis, statisticians or something. I'm sure that they would disagree, because in the end, we do have different shades of skin or whatever. But even around election time, when they say, like, black voters are voting for this person, Jewish voters are voting for this person. Like, every time I hear a newsman or woman say that, I just think, like, I spit a little bit. I'm like, it's fucking filthy. It's filthy. If you want to talk about people from regions, fine, but you're gonna tell me what all Hispanics are voting for, or a vast majority of Hispanics are voting for? Like, get the fuck out of here with that. I've never been to any kind of function. I've never been part of any club where they say, like, well, our you know what I'm saying. Like, our membership is our black members all want to do this. Like, go fuck yourself. It's generally what I think of it. Like, look, at the end of the day, I'd like to say, and I don't know if I can say this with full confidence, but I'd like to say that I kind of agree more with Frederick Douglass or with Dr. King than with the DNC when it comes to affirmative action. No offense, Democrats, no offense, but it's your party, own it. Yes, there is a movie on this flight. Easy, good to see you, man. How are you? Maybe I have it on top. Yeah, we're just about to start the movie. Decided to tackle politics, and we're gonna brush through religion next, and then we'll get right into the in-flight entertainment. True, good to see you, my friend. How are you? Rob says, my first potential promotion was denied because I only scored 5 more points than another soldier who had affirmative action points I could not have by virtue of birth. Right. There's something kind of cosmically unfair about that, obviously. To his credit, when the CEO pinned him in front of the battalion, he said to everyone, I didn't earn this, you gave it to me. That's interesting. As a result of affirmative action, there is a segment of people out there that openly question whether they belong in the industry or in the profession that they are in. Whether they truly got the education that they have based on their own merits or based on some systematic or you know, some system that was already in place. It just kind of chose that. I mean, to those folks, I would say, you know, I mean, you've probably learned in the field, and you got in. So, but what a haunting thing. I mean, you have some of my sympathy, because I don't know. There's a lot of, just to think that there's folks out there that wonder that, gee, was I the most qualified for this? I don't know. Well, like in a lot of cases, I almost want to be like, I bet you were, you know, I bet you were, but the fact that you don't know because of this fucking program. And like, you know, it's funny. I mean, they told us when we said, when so many people said that coronavirus clearly came from, you know, I'll do the Jon Stewart thing, right? You know, it probably came from the big coronavirus laboratory in Wuhan, China. You know, if there was a giant chocolate spill in Hershey, Pennsylvania, maybe, just maybe, you know. So considering there are so few coronavirus labs in the world, and that patient zero came from there. Yeah. But at the time, and this is, you know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, folks are saying this, they're getting shut down. They're getting censored on social media. And moreover, then the politicians lift up the mantle of, oh, those that are saying that it came from Wuhan, they're inherently racist against Asians. And tell me, what's more racist? Pointing out the obvious in terms of where the coronavirus most likely originated from? Or making it immensely harder for Asians to get into the profession of their choice or the school of their choice? Which is more racist? And when three of the smartest minds of the opposition party, and I say smartest minds in air quotes, when all three of them vote to say, no, the system we have in place that judges by the color of your skin, that's the preferred system, I wonder who the real racists in the room are. But then again, at the same time, I don't want to run around shouting that my people that have different political opinions than myself are racist. I think that's kind of low. But today's news and the situation in general, especially with that example of Wuhan, the Wuhan flu, as Mr. Trump used to call it, he probably still does. It's kind of one of those things a blind man could see, you know? It's just bizarre to me. RP says, I believe that every man should be judged by the content of his character, not the color of his skin. I would congratulate you on an original thought there, RP, but I know who you're quoting. Exactly. Now that's, the funny thing is, like, so many political issues, it almost becomes like, you know, the devil's in the details, or like, have you considered this, or sometimes you have, anyways, this one is as plain as day, but still those harpies on The View will make a big scene out of it. It's interesting. It's weird times we live in. My PA off. The passengers aren't hearing this. Just makes me want to take this plane and put it right into the ground. No. Board ship spotted, Captain. Copy that. Phoenix Sky Harbor International. We have the board ship in sight. Best I can tell, their transponder is off. Kamala wasn't, unless the qualification required knee pads. Did I say that out loud? You know what's terrible about that? In all deference to whatever career she made for herself in the interim, I watched a documentary about her, or a little biography, I suppose you could say. And it wasn't an unfavorable one, right? It was painting her in a good light as the first female vice president of the United States. So if they had any agenda at all, it was to try to champion her, to hold her up as an example of what women everywhere can achieve. Even in that documentary, they couldn't help but try their damnedest to skate around the Willie Brown issue. Skate around the fact that she was a mistress, and that's how she got her first political appointments. And when the history books tell you that George Washington was out there giving head in order to become a general in the field, that's a problem for me. I either think we scratch that from the history books, even though I don't want to rewrite history or censor in that regard, or maybe we don't make him the first president, right? Like I don't know. It's, to me, that's the tricky part. I don't want future generations to look back and see that chapter of her life. And we've all had dark chapters, no doubt. But my God, it's a... Well, you want to be telling your kids, what kind of message does that send? You see, therein lies the rub. I bet she could give a good rubbing too in her day. She's too gangster to wear knee pads. Straight skin to the elbow. Telling everybody she played volleyball, that's all. Keep in mind the calluses she has. The Hong Kong Fluey. #1 super guy. Check on Johnny Flubber's wrist. Yeah, good call, good call. Stunning and brave. Hey, Johnny. Psst, Johnny, bro. Bro. I want to see your wrist. Can I have a look at that wrist again?
United 614.
Ever since his wrist
Los
reduction
Angeles Center,
surgery.
United 614, flight level 230.
Yep. Awesome, dude. Chicks are gonna dig it. Let me ask around. We're allowed to walk around now. Excuse me. Chick. It's you. Just because there's seats here. Hi. Have you met Johnny Flubber? He's over there. Let me tell you a little something about the guy's wrist, okay? You can buy this guy a Dick Tracy child's watch, and he can wear it. Doesn't need to take it in for an extension. Because extension isn't the word. He got a wrist reduction. I know you look at guys and you see the wrist and you think he's got fat wrists. That means all of our kids will have fat wrists. Yeah. Don't you worry. He's changed that. And nice talk. Because it occurs to me that if it's already in his DNA, their kids are still going to have fat wrists. They're all going to have to get the surgery. Tough times. Can we watch the damn movie now? Let's watch the damn movie. Terror at 37,000 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are now going to begin the in-flight entertainment. Other than the topless dance from our stewards and stewardesses, this is going to be a movie presentation. Now, on behalf of United Airlines, we are very proud to bring you Terror at 37,000 feet. Enjoy.
Welcome to United Private Screening.
Hey, you ready for this? 10 passengers. And 9 stewardesses? No, just the 2 of us. Come on up front, honey. Jenkins says they all go first cabin, okay?
Oh, I forgot to mention, this is pornographic.
I don't know. AOA control, 19er X-ray. Say, what is with the weather? Let's get the show on the road. B1. Rotate. B2 plus 10.
AOA 19 X-ray. You're cleared to New York via Shannon Direct. Then J3, Bravo route. Climb and maintain flight level 370. Squawk code 2100. Departure frequency will be 124.1. Over.
Roger, AOA 19
X-ray is cleared to New York via Sandwich Direct. J3, Bravo
route. Maintain flight level 370. Squawk 2100. Departure 124.1.
Roger, 19 X-ray. Clearance correct. Have a nice trip.
You know, this sounds a little off.
Naturally. Closer to heaven, the more discordant.
Oh, man, why don't you just put me on your back and walk us across the water?
There was a time. Now I'd sink.
Seatbelts, Captain? Now save them. They pay to walk around this flying hotel. Let's let them live a little. Cornwall 26. It's 3 minutes late. Must be a headwind building they didn't tell us about. your hand here. There you are. Easy, that's it.
Are you all right? Oh, you're freezing. I know. There's really nothing to worry about, folks. It's just your run-of-the-mill airplane elevator accident. Blowout in the cargo hold.
Blowout?
It's freezing, and there's a wind.
Hold it. Negative on that. What? Negative.
I tell you, there's ice down there. I saw it. There's a wind howling.
No way, baby. We did have a blowout. You'd know it in zero flat.
Then where did the ice come from? The wind? Are you saying it came from inside the plane? But I heard something, and then the elevator went out and...
Come down and take a look. I'll be right there. Honey, you pull yourself together. I'm gonna need you.
Captain, if you're going below, would you be kind enough to speak to my dog? His name is Damon. You know, to reassure him.
Of course.
Well, Jim?
All right, I've got it open. Try this again. Watch your head. Look at this. Something like moss on the bulkhead. Hey. It's frozen. Ernie! Get out! Get out! Jim. Help me! Word. Stewardess. I know.
Get his coat on.
It's cold. It's cold. Shut the door.
Mom. What happened?
Jim. He's dead.
The flight engineer. He says he's dead. How did it happen?
He's frozen. The wind. The flight deck. I've got to get into the flight deck. Help me. Steady on.
Please don't mention anything that's happened. We must avoid a panic.
What happened? The flight engineer has been killed.
Jim's dead.
What?
Something in the cargo hold killed him. We don't know what.
Oh, God.
Is the captain gonna be okay?
As far as his physical wound is concerned, yes. As for the rest, I'm not sure. Watch your head.
Someone get us the blankets. It's very nearly frozen.
It's all right, sweetheart. It's all right. Come on over here with me. Come on. It's all right.
United 614, flight level 230.
Here, take another painkiller. Might as well. No use saving him.
What are you selling?
Powers that are old when this universe was young. Powers that you no more can withstand than an ignorant savage.
A fire? Mrs. Pender, is that it?
No.
The way the ancients held off the demons on Midsummer's Eve? They built a bonfire at the highest hill. We're at 20 or 30,000. That ought to be high enough. And then those poor, ignorant savages would huddle around the light and smoke, pray for the dawn. At the first shaft of sunlight, demons go back to hell, or wherever it is they come from. Yes, a fire. A fire for the burning of witches.
Fire. Will fire work?
Ask her.
You fool.
You can't burn the plane to save it.
Get those ventilators up.
I asked you, when is the sunrise?
3:42 out here. I wouldn't count on seeing it.
Well, maybe we could climb to meet it. Catch it early as it comes over the rim of the world.
Now, what is this rim of the world jazz? We climb, we burn more fuel. Ernie, if there's any chance at all, we ought to try it. Going to full power. sun. I can see the sun!
Paul! We're going to make it! Don't go any further!
Oh, I've got to see.
Paul! Come back!
Lower! Decompression! Mayday! Mayday! Come on, baby.
All right, everybody. We've reached an altitude where it's safe to breathe. You can take your masks off now.
Cornwall Center, AOA 19er X-ray. Please give us priority clearance for emergency landing with full standby.
Roger, AOA 19er X-ray. Do you want clearance for instrument landing?
Negative, Cornwall. Negative. No instruments.
Descend and maintain 4,300 feet, United 614.
I don't understand.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, United 614.
Why did he do it? For those people. You talked to him last. Why?
I don't know. I have no thoughts.
He said, I don't know. I have no thoughts. Yes. Yep, same here. Same here, Doc. That's... Oh, let's see. So much was said during the movie. Let's pick out some ATFs, not alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, the all-time favorites. They're not eating right. When Easy said, "We need to burn the cargo hold," you weren't that far off. I mean, they were kind of going for something like that. Questions about the helmet. I mean, yes. What the hell was that? Laugh out loud. Here, have more opiates, right? If I tried that with a newspaper, it'd burn out in 32 seconds, right? Early Shatner rolls and planes don't mix, don't mate well. Don't worry, everyone. They had a teleport lock on him. He's okay. I wondered, because, like, It was really a weird graphic, wasn't it? The way, I don't remember. I don't think he was spinning. I think the world was spinning behind him, but you could also see the horizon. So he was kind of heading out at not so much falling as much as, yeah. Anyway, Beezer says that was beautiful. I love it. The writers had no thoughts either, but they knew they had to have a plane and terror. I thought he said he liked her like a bra. Water Draco says. True says, I wonder if Shatner got a cramp in his face making that expression. That expression was way too much, man. I mean, that was... Oh, my God. That was the money shot. Easy says, I'm off to bed, Otto. Thanks for the fun. All right, Easy. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you, as always. Oh, my. Oh, my. So here we have a VFR map. We have, we're really at the tail end of our journey.
Decimal 4 for United 614. Albuquerque Center United 614 is passing flight level 230, descending 4,000 feet.
Ivana is I mean, we've got a weird little dog leg there that I think I noticed during flight planning. Otherwise, we've got a nice straightaway in for a good long while, and that's good. It's a good deal. What's with the biting of the hand? You mean when the captain got bit? Because I don't understand. That's why the doctor summarized it perfectly. Like, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what the plot of this movie is exactly. Luckily, I guess terror is as generic a term as it gets. Yeah. Hold on, let's make this smaller. And smaller this way. I do believe it must be getting dark during that movie. Yeah, it sure is. Okay. The cold can be scary in a plane. Oh, wait, we have a blowout? I'm going to go check it out. The lady that seemed to know stuff. I mean, just the way she'd stare at the camera. It was... I don't know if she picked up tips from Shatner, like in overacting, but she did oversell it. She definitely oversold it. Damn. Wow. Yeah, if every flight went like this in terms of the pixelization, forget it. I would never stream this. I'm definitely not a fan. So Ivana, they still want us at 23,000 feet. But right after that, they want us at 4,000 feet. So I feel like we should start our descent soon. In fact, I wonder if we've passed decel already. Yeah, that is too much. It's even worse when it happens late in the flight. just because we've got so much behind us already. Yeah, they expect us to drop from 23 to... Yep, we better ask now. We gotta start descending now. We can't? Oh, they want us at 4,000 feet already. Okie dokie. We're running late. Ladies and gentlemen, please put on your safety belts. We're now making our final approach into Sky Harbor International, Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to descend pretty damn quickly. Well, no, I shouldn't do all that. We don't want overspeed warnings. I think that'll do. All right, so we are descending.
Tower on
Good deal.
118.7 United 614. Phoenix Tower United 61412 miles west inbound ILS runway 7 left approach. Cleared ILS runway 7 left approach United 614.
Let's slow us down. How fast are we going? Actually, auto thrust has kind of got us where I'd want to be anyways. Though I do want to be a little slower, honestly, so forget auto thrust. Let's bring us down to 180 knots. Actually, 200 knots. And will it just do that, or do I have to... God. I think I have to click something here to enter it. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. So we're heading down to 200 knots, heading down to 4,000 feet. Are we that close? We're gonna have to go around. The airport's beneath us? Yep. I think the in-flight movie, I started it too late. I was getting too caught up talking about affirmative action or whatever. So now we'll kind of put ourselves into a holding pattern, I suppose. Boy, if I could go... this is unusual. If I could go back to a waypoint, that would be great. I think I can fly direct to, or you know what? We'll just put it down manually. Not something I typically do. I usually have autopilot deal with most of that, but we might try to put it down manually. Why not? After all, we still got enough light. Although I could use some more light up here. Let's see if ATC said anything about a go-around. I mean, obviously it's happening. Let's declare missed approach.
Phoenix Tower, United 614 is going missed. 125.4 for United 614. Albuquerque Center, United 614 flying the Sky Harbor ILS runway 7 left published, missed approach.
Report finished with missed approach? I've never done this, honestly.
Albuquerque Center, United 614 published, missed approach ILS runway 7 left at 14,200 feet.
Yeah, we're still descending, okay. I guess we acknowledge assigned approach.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 7 left approach via Avona transition cleared to Avona United 614.
And I'm not sure what our altimeter should be set at. Right now we're at 29.90, but that was San Francisco pressure. One thing about that air park we're seeing, it's stellar. It really is, compared to other air parks. Well,
126.8 for United 614.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are experiencing a slight delay. We're in a holding pattern now, the result of a missed approach. Our movie ran a little bit too late, but if you'll bear with me here, we will be making our final approach into Sky Harbor International, Phoenix, Arizona. Currently it's 89 degrees in Phoenix. We got a 3-mile-per-hour wind out of the southwest, and clear skies. Looks like a lovely night. Again, we want to thank you for flying United, and keep yourself strapped in, because this one's going to be a doozy. We're at 10,000 feet. I could fly direct to... I don't know exactly how to do that. Direct. And then which one of these would it be? Avona. You could go back to Avona, maybe? God damn. Okay. And now does autopilot recognize that that's what we just asked it to do? Okay. I'm not strapping in. I do what I want. Rob is skateboarding up and down the aisles. You would definitely not descend faster than we did coming into the airfield in Kuwait City. I didn't know civilian planes did combat landings. Auto thrust. Yes. We're always on autopilot. This is true. It does sound crazy. During OIF, all troop planes flew in as if flying over and then dove in on the airport. It was an experience I'll never forget. It's more fun than a roller coaster at Six Flags. So every landing was a high-speed advanced landing. Rob says, yes. It kept planes from being targets of insurgent cells by keeping us out of the reach of portable ground-to-air missiles. No. Makes sense. Man, so there's the airport. We, yeah. I don't think autopilot's doing its thing. I don't think we are going back to that waypoint, and I don't know how to tell the plane to do that. So, we might just be disconnecting autopilot here. Let me get a good bearing on the airport. Oh wait, maybe not. Maybe it is. Maybe it is going to the waypoint I told it to go to. Okay. It's funny, I don't even see the airport anymore. It's not that funny, but it's kind of humorous. Damn, bros. It's taking a while. How's your wrist? There's the airport. Now, if I understand how this works correctly, autopilot is going to take us back out to that waypoint, then we'll be in a holding pattern again. This one at 4,000 feet, I believe, which is where we're at. From that holding pattern, I could possibly be beginning the landing sequence. We are probably down to 200 knots, and we are. So we could start activating some flaps. Quick reminder of what I can activate. We can go up to flaps 2. There's 1. Let's slow down even more. Bring us down to 170. Screw it, 160. Now, do I have to alter anything, or is it at? Yep, it's at 160. Nice, nice. So we're slowing down. How are we with that waypoint? They're all mashed together, so you need to zoom in. What's our speed? 160 just about, so there's flaps 2. There's full flaps. Make sure that our speed brake is armed. It is. Put the auto brakes on low. This stuff should have come on earlier, but we're behind schedule with everything, so landing lights on. Takeoff lights on. So we get up to this waypoint, holding pattern. Once we get our bearing, then we come in for final approach. Auto, just land on anything that looks flat enough for your wheels. Who cares if it's a mall roof, right? Try the mall roof, Auto. You can do it. Damn. Earlier, when he was getting ready for the movie, I thought for sure Otto was going to hit the air brake. He hovered of it long enough that I wonder. And to be clear, I didn't just activate it. I guess we would have felt that, but I armed it. So, in theory, as soon as we hit the ground, it will execute. Well, here we go. This is our turn. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think it will put us in a holding pattern. I think it'll try to get us right back to the runway, which is even better than what I was presuming would happen. That is a steep bank. Man, we're really low. Let's go ahead and drop the landing gear. Are we just in a holding pattern? We are, aren't we? Maybe not, maybe not. Let's try this. Try a landing sequence. Alright, we're about to capture the localizer. And then really just seconds afterwards we'll catch the glide slope, I think. If not, it's another go round, but localizer check. Let's get co-pilot's view to capture the glide slope. And we're about to capture it. Yep. We have captured the glide slope. Boy, that was... You know, I knew I could fly direct to waypoint. I just didn't know what would happen after that. Though I figured if I captured the localizer, even if I was, you know, in a holding pattern, I figured if I captured the localizer, the landing sequence would begin anyways, and autopilot would recognize that. In fact, that's not exactly what happened. It sent us back to the waypoint, and then it turned us around and put us back on course for the runway, which is great. Not totally anticipated, but great. And then really, that was not so bad at all. I can live with that. Granted, it adds a few minutes to the flight, but really considering what I could do to this plane, that's a minor inconvenience, you know. So I think we are good to go. There's only a few more things I need to remind myself of as we make our approach. That'll be lower the speed. Let's bring it down to 140. Or do we want auto thrust to control that? No, I don't think we do. I mean, we need to be a lot slower. There, that did the trick. Alright, we put the thrust into neutral just when we're feet above the runway. Nose up. Only problems I've had with landing lately were two flights ago. The rear rudder had some kind of problem, and it wanted to pitch me to the left as soon as I hit the ground, and I couldn't turn it to the right. That said, I need to disable autopilot, then neutral, and maybe make sure the flight director's off. I don't know if that's something I need to do.
300.
300.
300.
300 again.
200.
200.
100. 60. 50. 40.
Autopilot
30,
disengaged.
20. Retard.
That was not great. Not good at all, actually. You know what, though? Could have been a lot worse. Obviously. Yeah. Considering the go-around, that was... I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's get our taxi instructions.
Phoenix Ground, United 614 taxi to the gate. Taxiing to gate 9 or 7 using taxiway Echo 8 Echo Delta 8 Delta Delta 9 or Echo Tango Delta Tree United 614.
Come again? Set that to taxi. Runway turn-off lights on. Okay. A little bit of thrust. A little bit more, I guess. And we are bound for gate 97, where we'll disembark, and I will bid y'all adieu. Yeah, okay, so as usual, we started the flight with technical difficulties in this case. The whole flight was troubled by massive pixelization, especially at our points of departure and arrival. But got to shoot the breeze a little bit up there at 23,000 feet. I hope we enjoyed another abridged movie. You know, like all those movies, I try to get them from 120 minutes down to about 20 minutes if I can. But so far, they've all been wildly disappointing, but exactly what I was going for. So that totally worked. I mean, now the problem is I don't have another one lined up, but I'll be searching the interwebs, the intertubes for something more. I actually already have one in mind. I won't spoil it, but well, Johnny Flubberist didn't mind the bank. I still want him to break his tender little wrist. I think that was runway 7 left. There is a shorter runway 2. There are the two big ones, then a little further away. I mean, not terribly far away, obviously. There is a shorter one. I do believe 7 left was it. It was the longest one I think they had available. Well, honestly, in my original flight plan, I chose the longest one. I don't know what they did when I did the go around. Like if they would have switched it. Hold on, I always do this. I have to scoot up to see you, dude. Little more? Okay. Let's tap into external power. Let's get that jetway connected. Tell people they can actually mill about now. Turn off some of these awful lights. All right, well, and luckily our cargo bay didn't freeze up and weird things didn't happen in that regard. But yeah, at the tail end of this flight, having to go around, I was a little worried because for a second there I settled on a manual flight, or manual landing, and I'm somewhat glad I didn't force myself to do that because I don't totally trust myself with that shit. I can do it in the smaller planes, but I guess I know what has to go into landing this plane, but man, it's just so much easier with autopilot bringing you in. And you don't disengage it until the very last second. All right. There's the jetway. It's connected. We're good to go. Almost. Anyways. Well, we've made it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to Sky Harbor, Phoenix, Arizona. Of course, on behalf of all of your crew, I would like to thank you for flying United, particularly United 614. We do apologize about the delay, but we're just a little behind schedule. Nothing too serious. Again, it's the low 80s in Phoenix, so you're going to have a lovely night here. Me, I'm going to tool around, as I do. Anyhow, let me catch up with chat and then I'll close out. No fire trucks, good landing. Yeah, the Three Stooges didn't show up in a fire truck. Thank you for flying, Rob. I appreciate it. And thanks, Beezer. Got quite a few faces in tonight, and I'm grateful. Water Draco, Easy E, Diz, True Flat, and anybody that may have been a stowaway on tonight's flight as well. I appreciate you. Every bit as much as I appreciate those that made their presence known. Anyways, I don't know what the next leg of our flight will be. Probably somewhere in Texas, I think. We'll see. We'll see. I try to keep it to a certain time frame, so I guess I'll figure that out, half an hour before the next flight. 0. Goodness gracious, yep. 0. Sorry, you know how I do it. I scroll up to see the names in chat. I think I scrolled up too fast, so I missed where you were saying you're keeping us on in the background. I appreciate you, 0. Anyways, that will do it for us. That's too loud, so we'll stay inside the plane. The bros are going to have a great time here in Phoenix, especially after that with those new wrists. Stands to take himself home a gal or whatever he's into. That'll do it for me, folks. As always, this is Automatic for Automatic Games. If you like this kind of thing, like this kind of thing. If you subscribe to this kind of thing, do that. But most of all, thanks for being here tonight. Good night, and I hope to talk to you again very soon.